So, good morning, students. Last class we have learned pollination, different kinds and different adaptations and all. We have learned about the wind pollination, water pollination. We have learned, and we stop. We insect pollination that we have not learned. Today we will learn about the insect pollination. Insect pollination means the pollination which will take with the help of the insects, and what kind of characters, what kind of adaptations the flowers have, the pollen grains have. So, and what kind of flowers will show insect pollination, and in that also which flowers will show self pollination, which flowers will show cross pollination, and what are the adaptations they have done. All these points today we will see. Okay, now okay, now adaptations of insect pollination or entomophily. So what adaptations the flower will take place, and the flowers will take place for the adaptation for the insect pollination. So the form of pollination in which insects distribute pollens is called entomophily. Means insects will take the pollen grain from one flower to stigma of the another flower. So then that pollen should have what kind of characters the pollen should have, or what kind of characters the stigma should have. First of all, flowers characters, they are large, sticky and bright colored. So the flowers you can see here, the flowers are large, very large flowers. Okay, flowers are very large, and you can see here the flower. This is stigma, these are stamens. So large and different colors to attract the insects. They are in the different colors. This is Vinca rosa, Sadabahar, whatever you say. These are the different colors, and this is also wind pollinating only. This is also wind pollinating flower, but some are for the cross pollination, some are for the self pollination, even with the help of insects also. This is also a flower, very small flower. Okay, and if the flower is small, very small, the how the flower will be attracted by means they will be in the clusters, they will be in the conspicuous. Okay, then one by one flower we will see afterwards. So flowers are large, sticky, brightly colored, that is the character. In small number of flowers, clusters. This is in small number of flowers, this is the cluster, small. Okay, so why clusters? Into the inflorescence, the one is flower, and if cluster is there, that is called inflorescence. You have learned that anyway. Inflorescence to make them conspicuous. Single flower, it is difficult to see. If they are very cluster like that, it is very conspicuous, means very clearly they will be seen by the insects. That is one character. So flowers are large, sticky, brightly colored, and if they are small ones, small number of flowers will be clustered. And next character, if insect has to come, they should have honey and nectar glands. Honey should be there, nectar glands should be there. For that purpose, this flower inside that, for that purpose of the honey, to take the honey, insects will come, which are highly fragrant to attract insects. Suppose if the night blooming flowers are there, they have, this is jasmine, they have very bright, they have good smell. Because of the smell, the insects will come to this flower. Okay, and next, these are the flower characters. They have and fragrant attract the insects. Now the pollen grain characters. What are the characters of the pollen grain? Pollen grain's surface is sticky. The pollen grain has to be sticky due to the exine layer, and the stigma is sticky. Both are sticky, means when the pollen grain falls on the stigma, it will remain there only, it will not go away. Due to the mucilaginous secretion. Why they are sticky means very gummy substance, mucilaginous secretions will be there. And why at all the insects will come to the flowers? Because the flowers offer floral rewards. Suppose if you flower comes, insect comes to the flower, and the flower will give some reward. What reward it will give? It will give nectar. and pollen grains for pollination to insects. Take the pollen grain and take the nectar and take the pollen grain and put the pollen grains in the stigma of the other flowers. Okay. In some species, floral rewards provide, see not only nectar, some flowers are there. What do? They give place to the insect to lay eggs inside the flower, so that the eggs of the insects will hatch and they will come out safely. So for the safe purpose, the insects search flowers. So some species floral rewards provide safe place to lay eggs. Example is Amorphophilus. This is very important. If you see in the NCERT page number 30, Amorphophilus flower. So they give place for the insects to lay eggs. Okay, the flower itself is about, Amorphophilus means the flower 6 feet in height. Okay. Next here, 30 page number, how the insects, two variety are there. One is Ecca, another is there Ecca. The flower sometimes secrete foul odor. For example, you will see that in December time, one of the Astronacea tree or devil tree, or what you local people call that Chetri plant. So that plant gives flower. The flowers of that plant are very bad odor, foul smell. For us it is foul smell, but some insects, they will go and they attract and they go for that. Okay, they are the like flies and beetles. They go to the plant and they take the for the plant is giving foul odor to attract the insects. The insects will go and take the pollen and they put the pollen on the. So in the NCERT you can see another important plant and do this one, Ecca and moth. So Ecca and moth, they are the plants. This here you can see Amorphous, the flower itself is 6. A similar relationship exists between a species of moth and the plant Ecca. Both the species, moth and Ecca plant, actually they cannot finish their life cycle without each other. The plant cannot complete their life cycles without each other. The moth, moth means insects. What does it do? It will deposit eggs in the locule of the ovary. Inside the locule of the ovary, the insect will deposit its eggs, so that the insect eggs will hatch and come out. Okay, in turn gets pollinated by the moth. So the moth will take the pollen grain and helps in the pollination. The larva of the moth comes out of the egg as the seeds start. So both are growing together, and when the seeds are ready to prepare, then the caterpillar type moths will come out. Okay, next this is about the insect helping pollination, how the flowers develop themselves and how the pollen grain and how the insects are coming. That is the next. Coming to the point, after the insect pollination, contrivances or devices for self pollination. Okay, which helps. Suppose in a flower only self pollination has to take place. What are the how the flower will convert itself? So for the autogamy, what are the devices for self pollination? Self pollination has to take place. Then what are that? First of all, already you know that for the cross pollination can be prevented. If a plant wants to prevent cross pollination, how the flower has to develop itself. Okay, then already 10th class you have studied Mendel's hybridization experiments. Mendel has taken pea flower. Why Mendel has taken pea flower? The pea flower is very close. The pea flower is just closed condition. So in a closed condition, suppose this is pea flower, that is in a closed condition. So this flower never opens. This flower never opens. You can see here. That flower never opens. This one. This flower never opens. So it inside this only pistil and everything is there. Then automatically, so the flower shape itself helps for the self pollination. Okay. Next one, that is, they are the clistogamous flowers. These are the bisexual, closed and never open, and the anthers dehisce inside these flowers. Example, Comolina, okay, Cana, that already you have seen, and produce seeds even in the absence of pollinators. So for the self-pollination, insects are not necessary, it will take, because the flower is closed itself. Next one is the homogamy. It is the condition of the maturity of anther and stigma at the same time. Both will mature same time. That is synchrony. This point also you have studied previously. Synchrony means both will mature same time. Means bisexual flowers. Okay. The pollen release stigma respectively. Example, vinca. This is vinca. This is vinca. In this vinca roja, you can see this here. If you cut and see, both are in the same height and inside. If you cut and see, both are in the same height and both will be, you see, both are in same height and both will mature at the same time, and self-pollination. There is no question of cross-pollination. Okay, that is vinca or Catharanthus. Majority of the flowers are hermaphrodite. Suppose if self-pollination has to take place, definitely they should be hermaphrodite, means both pistil and pollen, anther and pistil should be on the same flower. Okay. Now, close association between anther and stigma, mirabilis. I showed you morning 4 o'clock flowers last time, and these are the characters for the clistogamous flowers. Homogamy flowers are necessary for the self-pollination, that is for the autogamy. Okay. Next one, contrivances or devices for cross-pollination. Suppose some flowers need only cross-pollination, then what kind of adaptations they will do? What kind of adaptations the flower adopts? Okay, for the cross-pollination, self-pollination, the flower should be clistogamous and homogamous, and for the cross-pollinations, what devices, what contrivances the flowers will develop for the genogamy or allogamy or self-pollination, sorry, cross-pollination. So, self-pollination can be prevented by exhibiting, first of all, what are that self-pollination can be stopped? How? First one is dichlomy or unisexuality. Suppose if the flower is unisexual flower, then automatically cross-pollination will take place, because male is in one place and female, and male and female flowers are separate. Okay, male and female flowers are separate means dioecious condition. What is dioecious condition? You can see in papaya. Actually, papaya plants itself dioecious. Male plant is different, female plant is different. One plant produces male flowers, one plant produces female flowers. Okay. Now, second variety to prevent the self-pollination and promote the cross-pollination, dichogamy, means the condition in which the stamens and stigma of a bisexual flower mature at different times. Means, suppose one day stigma is matured, and after 2-3 days or after some time, that pistil will mature. So, first of all, anther will mature, then that time that pistil will not be matured, and pistil will mature some different times. So that way, this one, dichogamy, 2 types are there. First one is protandry. Protandry means condition where anthers mature earlier than the stigma. First anthers will mature, pollen grains will be released, but stigma, egg is not ready. So the pollen will, if the pollen falls also, self-pollination will not take place. Second variety of the dichogamy is protogamy, means in this condition where stigma matures earlier. So here stigma matures first, here in the protandry the pollen will, anthers will mature first. Okay. Now third condition is, second dichogamy is over, third condition is self-sterility or self-incompatibility. This is very important point. Okay, it is the genetic mechanism that prevents self-pollination. Genetically, if the same flower pollen falls on the same stigma, because of the genetic identity, genes are same, it will not accept, it will reject. The pollen grains of a flower do not germinate on the stigma of the same flower due to similar sterile genes. So if it falls on the same, that genes and these genes are both, and that will become sterile. So it will not germinate. So that is self-sterility or self-incompatibility. This is also for to prevent the self-pollination and promote the cross-pollination. Next variety is chasmogamous flowers. Already you have learnt about the chasmogamous flowers. These are open flowers with exposed stamens and stigma. Means both are exposed stamens and stigma, which facilitates cross pollination. Okay, examples are the production of unisexual flowers, outbreeding devices. Okay, both male and female flowers are present on the plant, such as castor, maize, monoecious. They prevent autogamy but not gaetogamy. Okay, so this already you have learned. Then papaya, I told you, papaya male and female flowers on the different plants either male or female. Okay, now some of the points I will give you just quickly. This is very important thing. Outbreeding devices. Okay, outbreeding, just now we have learnt different outbreeding devices. Actually, majority of the flowering plants produce hermaphrodite flowers, and pollen grains are likely to come and contact stigma of the same flower. Okay, suppose many of them are there, same flower comes here, see. This is the stamen and this is the pistil. Same for the self-pollination or cross-pollination, whatever you see. So usually all the flowers are for the self-pollination. Bisexual flowers. Maximum 5, when the maximum are there. So what does the shows? This is also. What does the shows? Maximum flowers are bisexual and hermaphrodite flowers, and pollen grains are likely to come in contact with the stigma of the same flower. So this will lead continuous self-pollination. Okay, continuous self-pollination, same flower, continuous self-pollination makes the flower in depression. So that is called inbreeding depression. Inbreeding depression means self-pollination, inbreeding, breeding of the same flower, same. That will result, because why? What will happen? Because of there won't be any variation. If variation is not there, the species existence will be a problem. So it is creating inbreeding depression. This is 3 marks question, very important for the board examination. So flowers plants have developed. Now I have explained to you different devices. No, the same thing here. Flowers plants have developed many devices to discuss self-pollination and to encourage cross-pollination. So cross-pollination, it has to take place. Then what are the flower has to adopt what adaptations? First of all, pollen release and stigma respectively are not synchronized. This point already I told, that is the first point. Why I am showing? To learn directly from the NCERT. Either the pollen is released before the stigma or receptive stigma becomes the. And second point is the anther and stigma are placed at different positions so that the pollen cannot reach. Suppose if this is the flower, and this is the pistil, and the pollen will be opposite direction, means anther will be in the opposite direction. So the pollen will fall these directions, it will not go here. So both are two different directions. So the pollen and pistil will be in the, so anther and the stigma are placed in different positions so that the pollen cannot come in contact with the stigma of the same flower. And third point I told you just now, self-incompatibility. You will give the side headings and write. Self-incompatibility means the same pollen if falls on the same stigma of then the genes are sterile, it is incompatible. Okay, then next one is the genetic mechanism and prevents the pollen from the same flower or the other flowers of the inhibiting germination. Okay, next one is the anther device to prevent self-pollination, unisexual flowers. The plant itself produces unisexual flowers if both male and female flowers are present on the same plant. Suppose castor, maize. monoecious. It prevents autogamy but not gaetogamy. These are important examples. In several species such as papaya, I had explained to you papaya about this one. Okay, this is the outbreeding devices or how to prevent inbreeding depression in self pollinating flowers. Okay, now next we will see pistil pollen pistil interaction after this next video.